In an explosive episode of Hannity on Monday night right here on the channel, a town hall discussion turned into a debate over what it's like to be a black conservative in America. Take a listen.
I represent something that they just can't quite get their heads around. How can you be black and not march lockstep behind the quote leaders?
You read, you write, you do the things you need to do to be successful. It wasn't about you got to be the right kind of black person.
What Dr. Carson and everybody in here represents is a threat to their sense of ownership. Liberals in total believe that they own black America.
Our next guest was a member of that discussion from the popular blog Conservative Black Chick. Crystal Wright joins us live from D.C. Crystal, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
The reaction to that special has been phenomenal.
It has been beyond phenomenal. I've had people on Twitter telling me that we needed 3 hours instead of an hour with Sean for the special. I had a member of Congress tell me yesterday, hey, aren't you guys doing part 2 tonight? Sean said you're going to do part 2. And I said, Congressman, no, but we are going to do part 2. So
absolutely.
It just goes to show you there's an appetite to hear from black conservatives and break this misperception and false narrative liberals are painting about blacks and how they vote.
Sure, exactly right. And so if you're a black conservative, sometimes if you appear on television, the liberal left is going to rip you to shreds.
Well, Steve, we see this every day. Look at poor Dr. Carson.
Yeah.
MSNBC host Touré Neblet actually did this rant attacking Dr. Carson, calling him the flavor of the month black for Republicans. He also said Dr. Carson had intellectual brain tumors. The man is a brain surgeon. He said Dr. Carson had brain tumors because he was advocating for a flat tax and reforming our healthcare system. Boy, that doesn't sound like brain tumors to me.
Yeah.
So.
Going forward, I know the Republicans are making a pitch to more African Americans for their vote, but when you look at the Republican Party history, I mean, they really are the party of the African Americans. Republicans terminated slavery. Republicans wrote Brown versus Topeka Board of Education. Republicans broke the Democratic filibuster of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, extended it to 2031, appointed 2 U.S. Secretaries of States who are African American. And yet, at some point, and my question is, at what point did the Democrats, Crystal, rewrite history?
Well, they rewrote history starting in 1964 when Goldwater lost the presidential race to Johnson. That's when it happened because, as everybody knows, Goldwater voted against the Civil Rights Act based on his belief that states should be forced to desegregate schools and everything else.
Sure.
Well, you know that Republicans were responsible for voting for the Civil Rights Act, as you mentioned, and getting it passed. So I think that's when Democrats said, hey, let's rewrite history. Did you know the Democrat National Committee has on its website that they're the party who has fought for civil rights for the last 200 years? Eye-popping. What about Lincoln? What about Jefferson?
Sure.
I mean, they just, they've thrown history out of the window. We have to, you know what I keep saying, and I said it on the show, we have to take back that history like what Senator Rand Paul is doing today at Howard University. He's taking the message of conservatism and our history to those students.
It's a powerful message. Crystal Wright joining us today from D.C. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
You bet. All right. What do you think about that? Email us, friends@foxnews.com.